Yo YouTube everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing some more subscriber gameplay breakdown, and this is my boy Mr. KFD, an absolute goat in the community, always commenting, so just want to shout out him in a platinum lobby. Let's break down the gameplay and tell you what I think you could have done better, things you did great and all that good stuff. Now, one thing I noticed that a lot of you guys were sending over gameplay where you were absolutely frying, and I appreciate that you guys are goated and you're frying. I think I do prefer gameplay where maybe you're not at your best, just so you can get some more pointers, but feel free to send what you like. If you want to send maybe gameplays where you're doing really well and want me to still go over those, absolutely, that's fine with me. But my personal opinion, if I was you, I would probably send more gameplays where maybe I'm struggling slightly, just so that I can help you out a bit more. But again, it's up to you. Hope you guys are enjoying this series, man. The support has been crazy on our subscriber breakdown, so thank you very, very much. And let's get right into this one. So starting off with the P1 again, you're in a platinum lobby, so I want to basically break this one down, tell you what you did well, what you did wrong. And now I know you absolutely fried in this lobby because I kind of watched it through already, just to skip to the end and see how you did. And yeah, I'm still going to show you what I think you could have done better and maybe why you're not in diamond or crimson. Let's see what you could do better here. Okay, starting off with the P1 now. Okay, I'm going to start off with this first point. And one thing I want to go into, which I kind of say in every episode, is even if you fry, okay, there's still always room for improvement, myself included. That's why I try to be as harsh as possible on myself and on you guys, because this community, I want you guys to be as best. I want you guys to be as good as possible to the best of your ability. And let's see what the first mistake is. So if you're going to run an SMG, right, just as a first kind of thing, this normal gunfight, okay, this is an assault rifle gunfight. So what I personally think you should be doing here is, if you're going to run an SMG, you have to think like an SMG, right? What gunfight do you want to be engaging with, okay? So what you probably want to do is, if you're going to go through this little area here, okay, which is absolutely fine, maybe dolphin dive, maybe just get to this area or play on the bottom. Basically just try not to challenge this left gunfight, because against a better player, even though you died anyways, against a better player, right, they're going to be in that castle and they're going to have an assault rifle. So what you saw right there was you challenging a gunfight where you want, basically you want the favorites. And that's something I really want to address here, is you want to basically be in gunfights where you're going to be the favorites at all time. I love this play to back off here. I know obviously you meant to have your gun out, which is absolutely fine. You're going to back off, and that's a great play. The reason why he's backing off is just to ensure that he's holding the spawns and making sure nobody pushes through. Really good play there. I love the play to get the first kill. A bit unfortunate in the second. I think the one problem I have here is, because you're trapped on this box, it is very difficult to get the second kill. But you know what, we'll take it. The fact that you got the first kill, you kind of snapped onto the second, fair play, I'll take it. That's a good spot, a cruddy little spot that you were able to get 2 kills. Your teammates are pushed out, yeah, you're going to spawn on this side. So just for everyone else watching as well, not just for Mr. K, because he obviously played that really well, you want to notice here what you're trying to do, okay? So in this situation, what you're trying to do is, he spotted a player here, so he's like, right, he's not panicking, but he's like, okay, that guy's going to push me, he's going to back off and try to get to the spawn. Now, me personally, what I probably would have preferred you doing, right, is instead of going left here into this corner, go on the right of this truck, play this head glitch, because what I think is just gives you a bit more cover, right? So what probably could have happened is, if you went behind that head glitch and regened, you probably could have taken both of them out. Again, very, very small thing, just nitpicking here, just to make you guys those perfect players. So that's okay. Now, because you've died, looking at the minimap where your teammates are spawning, you've got one teammate there, but more importantly, you have a teammate on the top left. So what that means is you are going to spawn here, this little castle spawn. And now this is a spawn you do not want for P1. So let's see how you kind of get out of this situation. So you're going to push through with your knife out. Okay, I don't mind this play. You're going to go through, you spot one, good kill, you're going to jump across. Okay, so I don't mind. Again, good use of equipment. You're making sure to utilize that equipment, try to get them off the hill. 15 seconds left here. So you're kind of pre-aiming the situation where, in hindsight, nobody's on the hill here. So what you should be doing is playing a little bit more aggressive, because I see you're challenging this right side, but as you can see, no one's really on the hill here. So even these 3 to 5 seconds you're essentially wasting. But let's see how you kind of break this hill. Okay, perfect. So again, the way you jumped out this hill, I actually like this play. I think, yeah, you jump, close angle him, take him out, perfect play. You go through. Good stuff so far. So you're going through, get rid of that trophy system. I'm going to pick up the AR. Now 5 seconds left. You want to be looking at the situation now. I think one thing you did do here, which I don't mind doing, to be honest, but you did essentially trade off. So over here, you basically went for the 15 seconds over the rotation. Now, I think that's okay. Considering the time, I think that's not a bad play. Pushing through, but then if you think about when you actually got on the hill, right? If you look here, you essentially got on the hill for 10 seconds. So what you did is you got 10 seconds, so you're going to get to 33, and you've essentially allowed your teammates to play on the rotation. Now, we're going to see if this is a good or a bad decision by the end of the next hill, okay? So let's see, these 10 seconds, were they worth it? How much time did you actually give your opponents? Now, again, this is a team play, so it's not actually your fault if you guys lose the hill, but it's just one thing to consider. Is it worth it sometimes? You're going to push through here. Let's see how you win this gunfight. Now, one thing I do want to speak about, right, is the left-hand peak, okay? Something I only discovered this year, to be honest, which I've been playing COD for a long time, but something I've really only discovered this year is the left-hand peak. So this truck, okay, this lorry in front is on the left-hand side. So what that means is as you jump around this corner, you're essentially going to be jumping around. I want you to notice where the opponent is. So look where the opponent is, okay? So for the opponent, imagine you were your opponent's POV. You're looking straight onto me, okay? I'm this player. I'm this first-person POV. Now what you have to do, like what I have to do here is to look at this opponent, I have to strafe left. Now, the problem is, this is the problem in Call of Duty with the left-hand peak, is by the time you strafe left, they can see your left shoulder before you actually are visible. So what that means is, whenever you're finding yourself in a gunfight, like right now, look at this. As he jumps, okay, this is my point. As he jumps here, you can see before he even reaches the bottom, the opponent can see his whole body. Now, if that opponent's a bit better, he's probably winning that gunfight, I'll say 9 out of 10 times. So what I personally like to do is jump on the right-hand side, because what happens is as you jump, you can use the momentum to camera your opponents. Or if you are going to jump on the left-hand side, that's okay, but try doing narrow jump. So what that means is 2 different jumps, okay? You got the narrow jump and the wide jump. The first narrow jump is this. So say this is your jump, you go from here to like here. You essentially only jump a little bit, enough to camera your opponent. And the wide jump is when you go from here all the way to here. And what you did a bit more of a wide jump. So look at this. You basically did a wide jump. And again, right now, you're not locked into the aim. And he's already looking at you. Now, it might work in this case. I'm not too sure. But against a better player there, you're probably going to be dead. So just a small thing. But I love the use of tacticals there. Great nade. You're going to jump on through. Quite unlucky with the jump up. You're going to go through. And yeah, that's okay. So your teammates actually got a massive 2-piece on the right-hand side. You're going through the left. Great play. You're going to pinch them. See if you can kind of stop them from getting in. Okay, cool. So you know that the spawns are flipped. I love this awareness to go through middle. Again, really good play, good heads up. You're kind of playing aggressive. You're not playing too slow, and you're taking the action to them. So I love this play so far. I'm questioning why you're in platinum. I feel like right now this is good game awareness from you, so you definitely should be in diamond. I'm not sure if it's a consistency thing, because this game you're absolutely frying. And again, I can only review obviously one game at a time, so it's difficult for me to notice if it is a consistency issue. But so far so good, man. I like this as well. A nice little dive out the window just to get that momentum. The guy was on the right, not really your fault, but now you're aware. Let's see how you kind of rotate. Now this next hard point is a very, very difficult one to break. You're by yourself here, so there's a few options you could do. You can either go through and play aggressive, and let's see how you play this. So you kind of got caught out on the sprint there, which is really unfortunate. I think right here you were kind of snaking the air, where to be honest you knew that they were going to be on the right, so maybe you could play a bit more careful. Right here you actually got the jump on him, so you could have just pre-aimed him and taken him out. But yeah, you kind of messed up with your centering. That's okay. But that was a massive gunfight, because now you're in a situation where you're going to be spawning on old. Although you're up by about 45 to 50 seconds here, this is a quite a tricky one to break. So let's see how you break this. Now, there's a few ways you can go. You can go middle, left, or right. Me personally, I feel like the best way to go, honestly, is to flood the right or the left. I feel like this middle is kind of chalked. So I think you either flood the right or flood the left. You're going to go through. You get one. Now you're in a 4 versus 3. I think it's a good opportunity for you guys to pinch it. So I don't like this play up here, but you played it pretty well. Yeah, that's just such a difficult gunfight. I honestly advise you guys not to take this. I know sometimes it's really tempting to take it. I still think you actually took it pretty well. You actually pre-aimed it. You were ready for the gunfight. You made him one shot. But look at this. Even though he was one shot, you re-challenged. He still won that gunfight. It's basically an impossible gunfight. You're very, very unlikely to win it. And I probably wouldn't take it. And now what you've done is you've essentially given them another go, okay? So you're going for the cruise missile. I would have liked you to use a cruise missile slightly earlier, because now they're going to be fully set up. They're probably going to have trophies set up everywhere, and I'm assuming you're not going to get this kill. Okay, I mean, I don't mind you going for the wall there for the trophy, but now you've kind of waited a cruise missile. You're going through good use of equipment. You're just trying to get out of this. Now, in this situation, it's very difficult. You actually managed to get the first kill. Now, one thing I like about this, right, is you've given them 30 seconds. So at this point, you're basically doing damage control. So what you want to do here is, as soon as you get this first kill, first of all, this guy played it terribly. If you're in the other position and you're him, you want to try to soak as much time as possible, even if that means staying behind that barrier. I know it's very difficult, and me myself as well, I also do this. Sometimes I over challenge it, and you were actually able to take control and take him out. Now what you're doing, I love this play again, you're not running straight on the hill. You're watching the cross for a few seconds because you're hesitant of the opponent's pushing. But I think right here, these 5-10 seconds where you're turning around, I feel like you could just get on the hill, because there's not much to work with. You've only got 18 seconds, so you want to try getting as much time as possible. Again, really small stuff, only a few seconds I'm talking about, but if you can get there as quick as possible, it will definitely help you out. And now you're in a situation where you're doing pretty good. The game's still going your way, but in this rotation, your opponents are going to have that rotation. Now, you gave them about 30 seconds here, and you managed to get about 15. So considering the circumstance, I think you take it. I think you take the trade-off, considering they had the spawns. But let's see how you break this new hill. Gonna push through some decent shots in. You're gonna make him one shot. Yeah, let's see. I want you to play a bit more aggressive on the right hand side here. Okay, fair enough. You were waiting for that kill. You were able to take him out, and now you're just going to push through. So your teammate's got a massive 2-piece. That's 3 down. You're going to push through the right-hand side. Again, against the diamond lobbies, I feel like some of these plays might not work. So you maybe want to try to do slightly different things. But I think so far, so good. You're doing a great job going through the back, which is exactly what you need to do. Pushing through. That's quite unfortunate. So let's kind of see how your teammates are pushing and how I want you to push here. So I love the play to go through the back. I do this a lot. That sounds really weird. But yeah, I do this a lot on this map, especially in this hard point to go through the back. Now, I think you're just going to wait here. Now, you know they're going to be in the left here. So I think you just caught some really, really poor timing. You're going to go through, turn around. And that was just one of those situations where you just caught some really bad timing. So maybe if you replayed that 5 times, you actually are more successful. So I'm not going to, you know, go into that too much. I think you just caught some bad timing. 20 seconds left. Oh, that's a bit of an awkward grenade. How did that not kill your teammate? I don't know about that one. But I think what he was trying to do there, right, is go through. One little factor that me personally I like to do is instead of chucking the grenade first, I like to chuck the stun first, because what the stun does is the stun slows them down, then the nade finishes them off. Where if you chuck the grenade first, most of the time they can probably dodge it and it's not as effective. Obviously, you missed a grenade, which was just unfortunate. But yeah, if you can chuck a stun grenade first and then the grenade, right there, imagine you chucked a stun and then a nade, it would have been a lot more effective. You see, you are 1-2, you're going to push through, you're going to go prone. Look, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm glad at least, like, you know, I got a bit of evidence to back up my point there. So exactly what happened to you, I'd like you to do the same thing. So look right here, okay? Look at this point here. You're stunned. Now that you're stunned, you cannot escape this grenade. If it was the other way around and the nade hit you, you could have just dodged it, moved out of the way, and then kind of went back. But because the stun hit you first, you're actually not able to dodge it, and then you get taken out. So just a little tip for everyone. Try to chuck a stun first. There are circumstances where you know exactly where they are. They're trapped in the corner. Feel free to chuck a grenade. But I think most of the time, I think the stun first is the better play. You're going to go through. Yeah, definitely can work on your centering there. I think as you approach the gunfight, you knew he was going to be on the left-hand side. So maybe before you jumped on the ledge, because what happens is when you jump on a ledge, right, you're essentially, look here, okay, if you just peek your head, like right here, if you just peek your head, you have a lot more cover. But as soon as you jump onto this ledge, you're essentially a sitting duck, and you're hoping that he's not looking at you. So in this situation, you're really playing the hoping game that he's not looking at you. But in this case, he was, and he was able to win that gunfight. Well, you probably should have won that gunfight, to be fair. So that's okay, though. Just a little thing to look out for. Now, next hill is popped. The new hill has started. Let's kind of see how you break this hill. So teammates doing an okay job. They get a 2-piece. One gets a team kill. You got to push through, slide in. You know someone's near you. Good kill. Okay. So just something to look out for, everyone. This is a very, very popular spot. So as soon as you got this kill, that is a very popular spot. So what I personally like to do is when I'm running into this building, I like to go to the right hand side here. So I don't like to engage here. So right now you're pre-aiming from here. With me personally, I don't like to do so because I know that that spot's very bait. But as soon as you get this kill, I would have liked you to be a bit more back. And as soon as you get this kill, jump to the left hand corner. Again, very, very nitpicky stuff. Very, very unfortunate. And in the grand scheme of things, I can understand how fast the game is played and you can't be perfect all the time. But again, I am just trying to help you out in certain situations that hopefully you don't make the same mistake more than once. But so far, so good, man. Gameplay is really impressive stuff. Going to push through. And you're basically cutting lanes with an SMG. I love the use of stun. You go through, you take out one. Going to push through. With 25 seconds left, you spot the second guy. And I think this is a recurring theme of the first gunfight. So maybe this is something that you probably are used to. But again, you've done the exact same thing as the first gunfight that we analyzed. This is the exact same gunfight. And I don't think it's a coincidence that you're 0-2 for the gunfight so far against the player with an AK. I think it's the exact same person as well. So just note to self, make sure you're taking on gunfights that are more SMG based. So what I would like you to do here, honestly, you can just slide across, maybe get in the hill and start playing for these, 20 seconds. Because what you're doing here, although you're watching over, you're very, very unlikely to get the kill and you're essentially just a sitting duck. So imagine if you slid across, got on the hill and just got a bit more time under your belt there. That would have been a lot more useful because you can see your teammates on the window and he's able to watch over you. 20 seconds left here. Let's see how you approach this one. So you spot a player, you're going to push through, take him out. And again, I think that's just one of those scenarios where once you got the first guy, could have played a bit more patient for the second, especially in this smoke. You kind of just ran out in the open. And now I don't like this play. The reason I don't like this play running out in the open, right, is because not only did you die from the person on the hill, I'm also expecting that same person to be on the left-hand side. You know where you died last time? Somebody could easily be there and you kind of blind running on the hill. It's just a bit of a dangerous game, but I understand that. You're just trying to get some time on the board, which is okay. I don't mind that. So you're going to go through here, 13 kills so far. Your teammate's kind of watching the top. You do have the spawn, so good play so far from the team. Now, you know they're going to be coming from this cut gate here, so you're going to watch that gate. Perfect play. Again, you have the SMG in hand, not the assault rifle, so I love the use here of equipment. Perfect play, great play there to kind of just finesse, use the equipment to your advantage. advantage, and you're able to take over. What I like you to do now is maybe use a dead silence, make a play around here, and see if you can get some kills. You're going to push through. You're going to try to flank this guy in the hill. There's one. There you go. Perfect play. You're going to get in the hill. You are stunned. Go for the prone double jump. That's unfortunate. I'll give you that. I mean, the stun did hit you. That definitely hurt you there. But going forward, you've got 30 points extra on the board. Now, you have spawned out, so let's see how you approach this. You're going to push the right-hand side. You've still got your equipment to work with. The guys out in the open, there's one more. Yeah, so I feel like your opponents aren't the best, to be honest, but a lot of these 50-50s, I think your 50-50s are quite inconsistent, so I'm not sure what your sensitivity is, but I think your overall play is pretty good. Your awareness is decent. Normally at Platinum, I feel like most people have better gun skill than awareness. I think you're quite a rare case. I feel like your awareness is actually really good, and your gun skill, although it's pretty good, I feel like your gun skill is quite inconsistent. And I feel like there's a lot of, for example, there. I mean, this happens to me all the time, so it's no problem. But I'm not sure how much you warm up. But I would recommend maybe warming up your shot more, maybe working on your sensitivity. I think the easiest thing to fix is your gun skill. The hardest thing to fix is your game awareness. And the good problem you have is, I think your game awareness is up to diamond, and I think your gun skill is just in between right now. So if you can get a bit more consistent with your gunfights, I definitely think you'll see yourself in diamond and crimson in no time. I feel like right now you're playing to your lobby, and you're doing better because mainly of your game skill. To be your game awareness is actually great, and I'm really, I'm liking this. I'm liking this so far. You're gonna push through the back there again. Great play. I love this play. So what you're doing is, while your teammates are pushing through the front, you're basically trying to open up a different angle, okay? Something I always talk about. I actually like this because you comment on all my videos, so I can see that some of the stuff I've been teaching you is definitely working, and it's great to see. So while your teammates are pushing through the front right now, what this player is doing is that, right, while my teammates are pushing through, I'm going to go through the back, and before he jumps through, he's going to preempt this, make sure no one's there, jump through the back. Now your teammate gets one, and now you basically know you have a free kill. Get one, jump around the corner, you spot the second guy on the right-hand side, and again, really unfortunate. I don't know if you didn't see him there, but in this situation, what you probably want to do is, before you kind of get the first kill, maybe just assess the situation. So what I would do is go on these stairs, just wait 1 second. As soon as you get the kill, just preempt this right hand side, because this is probably where they're going to be. If you don't see anyone on the left, preempt the right. And I think, again, that's just one of those situations where you were a bit too fast for your own good. You were a bit too fast with the pacing. You go through, you get one. And instead of just preempting it for a second longer, because you can see him there, you actually started to get hesitant. You got a bit worried about the left. And yeah, you just kind of got caught off guard. But that's okay. I think you made a good play on the flank. Your teammates get traded. And yeah, with 40 seconds left now, this is looking like it's going to go to your opponent. So let's see how you kind of break this one. You're going to go through the front. Going to re-challenge this guy. I love the re-challenge. That's definitely a good re-challenge. You're going to go through. I think you're one shot, so you probably should have died there. But your opponent's definitely trolled. 25 seconds left. Now this is where you 1000% need to be rotating. As soon as you get that kill, I think even here, right, that little turn, this is so important. Okay, now what separates this from maybe an iridescent player, I know I'm not an iridescent player, but this is something I see iridescent players do all the time, is even this little turn. Okay, this is so important. I want you guys to really understand this. You made the right play, but your timing was 1 second off. Now that 1 second makes all the difference. You jumping around the corner and watching this angle, that's basically 1 second, right? Now look at this. If you were 1 second earlier, literally 1 second earlier, you would have been ready for this gunfight before he was, and you probably would have won that. That's literally by 1 second you lost that. And of course you were slightly weak, but that's just one of those scenarios where if you were 1 second ahead, and I think that just comes with repetition, right? I think you made the right play, but it was just a second too late. Again, nothing you could really do there. I think you did great considering the circumstances. You see a guy there, your teammate's pushing through. There's only 10 seconds left, so I love the rotation. And now you're going to play in this left corner. Great. Okay, so there's two areas for you to watch. Your teammate's watching this middle, and you're watching this left. Now, one thing for sure is that right is open. So what I would like you to do is, this is a bit of a weird play, but I would like you to maybe go here and basically encourage your teammate to watch the right. Because for me, the right is a danger zone right now. Let's kind of see how this one plays out. I'm actually curious to see what happens here, because the right is exposed. You see this guy goes for the top, and that is so unfortunate. So this is really annoying, because this isn't your fault, okay? But I feel like a lot of my viewers, a lot of you guys do play solo queue, and a lot of the time you say, oh, my teammates are doing this, my teammates are doing that. This is what I would have done in this situation, okay? If you're playing as a team, if you're playing with this guy, with this dealer, I was like, yo, watch the right-hand side, I'll get middle. There's essentially 3 lanes. You've got this left lane, middle lane, and right lane, right? What you want to be doing is you want to be watching the right lane as a priority, and then you want to watch the middle and the left together. So what I think you could have done, again, it's all hindsight, but this is what I think the best play could have been, is sit on this box here, watch this middle, and use your equipment as a second person. Very important. Use your equipment as a second person. So what that means is, imagine you were sitting on this box, right? You watch this front area. This is what I do so many times, yeah? And you notice no one's pushing you. Cool. Chuck a stun grenade there. that stun grenade is going to, first of all, push that little alleyway. Your stun grenade is going to go inside, and it's going to cover that area for about 3 seconds. What you can do during those 3 seconds is you can watch this left lane. Now, as soon as you pop up again, chuck your grenade, that's another 3 seconds. You're essentially buying yourself about 10 seconds altogether. So what happened here was you're watching the left lane, right? But your teammate's not in a great position. He's watching the middle, and you can see right now, although you're watching the left, if you actually look here, your teammate isn't covering you. He's watching the push through. And this is exactly what happened. This guy comes through. Great play from him, to be fair, to not push through. He played it patient. He was able to make you one shot. You're about to get traded. And just like that, you're now leaving your teammates in a 1v1. So I think your positioning wasn't bad. I think your teammate's positioning was terrible, and what that did is actually cause a bit of chaos in your setup. So just one thing to back off. You actually got quite fortunate with the spawns. You're going to push through. You're basically going to spawn on the point. Again, another gunfight that I think you should be winning. What I'd like you to do here, I don't think I've seen it too much, is the prone double jump. So in this situation, right, you're going to chuck a nade through, you're going to chuck a stun. Again, lovely play. I like this play of equipment. Now, right here, I'd love you to be prone a second earlier. Now, as soon as you're prone, go for the double jump. What you do, you get prone too late. So with the prone double jump, right, the prone double jump is very simple. You basically go prone, then as your opponent challenges you, you do a double jump, and your animation goes from the floor essentially to a jumping position, right? But you can only do that once you're already prone. What most people do, and what I tend to do sometimes by accident, is I prone while going into a gunfight, essentially a drop shot, but that causes a bit of discomfort and it's quite difficult to win the gunfight. Where if you were prone there and then you did a double jump, I honestly think you would have win that 10 out of 10 times. So again, just a small thing. And this is one of those hills, right, where you actually had a great setup and you guys lost your gunfights and you end up losing the hill. Now against a better team, I don't think this team was crazy you're going up against a better team. I think they're going to punish you here. And if you have the rotation, especially on P3 Fortress, you have to make sure you're keeping that under locks. But let's say you break this one going through, and again, I don't think that was your fault, to be honest. I think that was your teammate's fault with this setup. But you're going to go through, you make one shot, you're just going to wait for this guy to push you. Again, a few missed shots there. I'm not sure what your sensitivity is, but I think you definitely should go to 6-6, try it out, try to work on your centering a bit more. I think one thing you need to do is shoot some more bots. I think if you get your shot a bit more consistent, you're going to get yourself to diamond and crimson in no time, because your game awareness is great, man. You see right there, good shots, but just a difficult gunfight to win. Now your teammates actually pushed through and he's essentially spawned you out. So this isn't a good situation to be in. This is quite annoying. You're quite spawned out, a bit of a random spawn. The teammates get a 3-piece and now you might have a bit of breathing room. So they're going to spawn around the P1 area. You're going to see one. Let's see how you approach this. You're going to push through. You're going to get the kill. Okay, good kill. You're going to see another guy. Let's see how you approach this again. Great. I love the play there. Good shots. I feel like a lot of your gunfights you're winning. You're still whiffing a lot of shots. As you can see right here, your shot's not accurate, but I can tell you got a high sensitivity. So I would probably lower it unless you feel confident with it. But one thing I would say is shoot some more bots, and I feel like it would definitely help you out. Because you're a great player. Like, honestly, you're a great player. I think if you get a bit more consistent with your shot, you'll honestly see yourself in crimson. You're going to push through. Good jump shot. Your teammate's nade helps you out. And now you're just basically clearing the top there. I don't mind this play. Great play. You go through. You get one. The second guy's going to be at the front. Let's see what you do. Again, kind of whiffing some shots there. So I'm seeing a consistent basis of whiffing some shots. Definitely work on that sensitivity. If you can take anything from this gameplay, it will literally be working on your shot. Now, the advantages of this Call of Duty is probably one of the easiest to work on your shots. There's not a lot of recoil. The game's quite predictable in terms of the recoil, and with dynamic aim, you should be good to go, man. I think the game awareness is the hardest thing to get used to, but your awareness seems great. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really impressed with your awareness. Good shots there to get another kill. Up by 30 points. You guys are good on that hard point. Great on that hard point. Let's kind of see how you take over the next hill. So you're gonna go to the left-hand side. Let's see what you can do. You're gonna push through. There you go. Now you've got the assault rifle. These are the gunfights you can be taking. Now, the last time you were using the SMG here, just look at the difference, right? Look at you picking up an assault rifle. Look how much different it is. You can push through. Right here, you've got the stun grenade and nade to work with. Again, perfect play. You've still got your equipment to work with. I would love to see you chuck a stun grenade first. Again, same kind of position right there. Chuck a stun grenade, making one shot. There you go. Perfect play. And now you're really starting to fry. The reason is because you've got an assault rifle. So you're sitting in an area where you've got an assault rifle and you're just starting to fry. So you know they're going to spawn on your right here. So I'd like to see how you adapt it. You're going to push through. Good shots there, man. Great shots. You get another kill. They're not actually realizing you're here. So you're just doing your thing. I think great play right there. I think in a higher lobby, you're probably dead now because you don't have a trophy system. They're probably going to spam nades at you. But, I mean, you're absolutely frying them, doing exactly what you need to do. Quite unfortunate there. You probably could have won that gunfight, but I'm not going to be too harsh. And you just got like 7 in a row. Great play. 8 seconds left. Let's see how you rotate to P1. The biggest thing there that you did was actually get the cruise missile, which is very helpful. I've actually switched to the precision airstrike, so I'm not sure if you've given that a go, but the precision airstrike for me, I just find it a lot more valuable, especially with the amount of cruise missiles I have been seeing in the game. Yeah, try not to shoot your teammate. It's not advisable there, but that's okay. You're going to push through, see what you can do here. Yeah, you get one. I love this play. Okay, so there's two options I would have said here. So option one is to push all the way through and basically go from there. Let me tell you why I think that's the best option, okay? The end result is going to be the same. You're going to push this left side, but the reason why I prefer that is because once you push through there, you can start going left and you can start clearing in front of you. Where when you go left here, okay, what you do here, once you go left, if the player is pre-aiming you, this is very difficult. So what I think what you're doing here is you're relying on them not looking at you. To be fair, it worked in this instance. That's just a kind of what if play. But you're going to go through, you spot this guy here. I would have liked you to use your stun grenade just to make it a bit easier on yourself. But you're going to push through, good jump shot, you take him out. And I absolutely love that. You got out with your life, you dolphin dived away just to reposition, play your life here. Now, I would like you to be a bit more involved in the hard point. I see you backed off and stuff. And you're kind of playing the flank a little bit. But I think right here, I feel like this is a bit wasted, okay? Your teammates are spawning at the back anyways. Once you got this kill, I don't mind you backing off. This is a great play. But with this time left, right, 45 seconds, your teammate's there. I would like you to get a bit more involved in the hill. Look where your teammate spawned. Because your teammate spawned there, you shouldn't be worrying about the spawns right now. I think you're slightly over worrying about the spawns. You should be going to the hill. You should be helping them out. And if anything, you should be watching the front of the hill here. So right now, you're going to be watching the front. And again, once you're watching this front, I think you just took a different route. Instead of going left, you should clear this out and then just go right, like straight away. I think you're worrying about the overextension. But at the same time, it's good that you're worrying about the spawns. But realistically, right, look where your team's positioned. You're here, your team's there. Most likely, no one's going to be in this area, right? You're probably going to be playing for the hill. And you're kind of leaving your teammates in a 3 versus 4. So you're pushing through. You actually managed to get the kill there. But if your teammates didn't get those kills, you probably would have been in a bad situation. So your teammates is great there. You push through. And then, yeah, now you start to go over aggressive. I think your aggression there came at the wrong time. And you could have pushed slightly earlier. Your teammates are all together now. Now, this is where you should be playing the spawn. So I think this, you kind of did the opposite effect there, to be honest with you. I think this situation, right? Again, against a better team, I think they would have definitely capitalized here. Because look at this, right? There's 3 of them on the hill. And I don't mind you helping them out here, but you have to think, right, if somebody's overextended now, this is when you need to be checking. With 15 seconds left, this is when you need to be worrying about the overextension, not earlier. But I don't mind this play. You're going to push through. You get one. The second guy's out in the open. You take him out. The third guy's in the hill. You should be able to get this one, to be fair. There you go. You get a 3-piece. Now, they're probably going to get spawns. Yeah, okay. This is a big play. And I really want to break this one down because I think a lot of people struggle with this, okay? You go through. You get 1. You get 2. Now, although you guys are frying, you get the third, right? You've literally just given them spawns. Because look where you are. You're spawning here. Now, look where your teammate spawned. Your teammate is going to spawn here. So what I'm guessing is the 4th guy overextended and went to P2 because most people play for rotations around the 15-second mark. So what you've essentially done is your 3-piece was amazing. You guaranteed those 15 seconds, but you've given them spawns by you pushing out. Now, when you came out that door, instead of going right, if you went left and sacrificed those 3 kills, you would have guaranteed spawns for your team. So that's where sometimes I think kills are less valuable. Sometimes people look at the scoreboard and think, I got this many kills, why did I lose a game? But if you make plays like that constantly and you lose the game, that is what's going to happen, especially against a better team. Now, this is always in hindsight, but you have to remember, against a team not as good, they're not going to be able to hold the setup. But against a Crimson team, they're probably going to be likely to hold a setup, right? So you have to think about that when you are playing. But again, great play. I'm not going to be too harsh. I think you did a good play. You got a massive 3-piece. Just one of those situations where I think could have been better. But you know what? Fair play. I think you just redeemed yourself with a massive 3-piece. Is it going to be the 4? Unfortunate. But yeah, great play, man. I love this use of the streak there. I went everyone to notice how you hit the wall and you just clutched up, man. I think you definitely carried your team to the victory. Well deserved. Great gameplay. Thank you so much for submitting it in, man. It was actually an honor to watch you play. You were frying this lobby. Great stuff. I think work on your shot a bit more. Your overall game plan was phenomenal, and I think you're definitely going to see yourself in Crimson in no time. YouTube, hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. If you did, make sure to drop a like and give some love to the player, man, for submitting his gameplay. If you guys want to submit your own gameplay, feel free to send it over. The link will be in the description of my Discord. I'm trying to do it maybe every 2 to 3 days, review some gameplay. Maybe every 2 days I'll try to be as consistent as possible. My voice is going after that. I speak in about half an hour. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy the breakdown. If you did, make sure to drop a like, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. Peace.